Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu. Bankim took leave, but he was absent-minded. When he reached the door, he discovered that he had dropped his shawl in the room. He was in his shirt sleeves. A gentleman handed him his shawl. When we go to certain places where we are mesmerized, like we are completely lost ourselves in a different world, different dimension, a different thought wave, then we see that it is entirely different. We have forgotten everything. Now look at the concern and love, motherly concern, motherly love. Now scolding, now correcting, now cajoling, now making fun. All that you see, how Sri Ramakrishna is bringing up the disciples, that love conquers. And then all that what is told was just an expression of love. Just like when we worship God, we give Him so many things which we consider ourselves as valuable. Honor, washing the feet, scented incense sticks, light, all these food materials, varieties of food materials, bathing, all these are what we expect and do for ourselves every day with great interest that we are offering to God. Now, what does it mean? Just like anybody comes home and then a guest whom I've been seeing after a long time, or even regular comer, I want to feed and do something which pleases him. So that my actions will be how sacrificing for his comforts and joys. The same thing. What for that person wants to feed and take care, it is expression of love. I love that person. If I hate a person, I cannot do anything. With negligence, with contempt, I may give a cup of coffee or anything without talking to him on the face also. Because I don't like, but when I love, all my actions, whatever I do, the way in which I open the door, the way in which I welcome, everything is an expression of love, making him sit. That person is coming and the sofa and everything is clean and all right. Still, he puts his hand on the sofa and makes him sit. Sit, as if he's wiping the... you can see, these are all unwanted, but expressions of love. Here, how to express the love? There also we see when we worship God, whatever we give is not material things. These are all to expressions of I love, how I express it. I see living person in him, living being in him, and offer the things which is pleasing any human, any person. They must be fulfilled within. That love giving is all that what we do. Similarly, Master talks and all that whatever he is doing, sometimes scolding, sometimes dancing in front of them, sometimes he is unaware of the external world. All these demonstrations, everything is love of extreme love for the jivas. God incarnates out of the extreme love for the jivas. And that love is being expressed. What does ultimately it seeks? Freedom of the jiva. When the God incarnates or a saint sees a person, what he expects is he must be free, he must go back to his home. Eternal. He must be in ocean of bliss, peace, love, absolute. That mukti. So Sri Ramakrishna is seeking that all these people who come to him must be eternally free. They must be immersed in the joy, never experience any suffering nor bondage. So that is why he takes the human form and comes to the earth, you see. Now, when a person goes to him with all his defects and shortcomings, and he sees only love being poured, what would be his state? He forgets everything. And what next? What next? Last time comes that he has to go. Spends lot of time. Last moment, the bus is going to he is going to miss the bus. Oh, it is at this time. One more minute is there for me to stay here. That kind of... and then he has forgotten his shawl and all that. It is small things. When we see people coming to the ashrama or going to sadhus or in various places, they leave, the most of them, at least daily, when 100 people comes or 1,000 people comes, you'll see at least 5 pairs of slippers being left and gone. They cannot come back. They leave. When I was on the banks of Narmada, some devotees group came. We were all deeply discussing in spiritual matters and this and that. One woman has left the baby, 2 months baby, in a room, and she was talking. And then the child was sleeping. All that, she was intoxicated as if with the new understandings and ideas and dedication to God and love of God and all that. And she has forgotten the baby and gone away. She sat in the vehicle, and vehicle has gone about 1.5 kilometers when she came to know that she has left the baby and gone. Can the mother whose child is 2 months old, can she leave ever the child some unknown place and go? Means there will be some other dimension where everything is forgotten, their own identity is forgotten, their duties and responsibility, everything is forgotten. Like that, he is forgotten. He is in a different world, he is going back. Bankim took leave, but he was absent-minded. Why absent-minded? Because the love and concern of the master has taken away. When he reached the door, he discovered that he had dropped his shawl in the room. He was in his shirt sleeves. A gentleman handed him his shawl. Of the devotees at others' house, Sarat became monastery disciple, Swami Shardananda. Sharat and Sanyal were Brahmins. But other belonged to the lower caste of goldsmiths. And so the 2 Brahmins quickly left, lest they should be pressed by their host to take their meal there. Sharat and Sanyal had been coming to the master only a short time and did not know how fond the master was of other. The master used to say that the devotees formed a separate caste by themselves. Among them, there could be no caste distinction. Sri Ramakrishna used to say, devotees by themselves belong to a different class. They don't belong to any formal caste differences. When we were in school days, the caste system was quite strong. But in metropolitan cities like Bangalore, where I was born and brought up, the differences were not so clearly seen because of the advancement in science and technology, living together in communities, and then school going. School going, nobody knows which caste the other boy belongs to from childhood days, unless they wear a separate identity dress. Otherwise, their dress won't use not to show. Uniform is there. So all are alike. The differences in caste never came into picture. In our mind also it never came. We all now, when you see the school with uniform and their dignity, their education, learning, this is a place where the caste system is not working. And we are all, the students belong to a class by themselves, where difference in castes is not brought into picture. Because they have different aim, they are climbing some steps other than the other people. Now, when the marriages and all other things used to come into picture, then only which caste they belong to used to come into picture. Otherwise, we never differentiated through in office work, this, that, and all. But there were some people who would extremely observe caste system, and we were very particular to know which caste who belongs to. In those days also. And when I was in forest life, I was in Ishwarpur, one of the villages on the banks of Narmada, and you can see caste system. Some people can go cannot come in front of their houses. In the street they cannot walk. The higher class. And higher class means they are not Brahmins, but the panchayats and all these people, they supposed to be belonging to, usually they are Kshatriyas. Brahmins used to be very few, and temple caretaking and all. They were, because they had to depend for all things in their houses. In the village they have to, Brahmin, he has to go for begging as if, or the people come and give them after the harvest, little from all. They belong to lower castes, but they have to give to the priest. And he is taking from all these people. Only one family in a village is there of Brahmin. He mixes with his children, school goes, and that he is not strongly aware, but he observes all the rules and regulations that are necessary for a Brahmin to live. That is how a Brahmin should live. That some small observances, because he has to represent God and stand before the society. He must be able to dictate them, guide them. So if his life is without sacrifice and universal love, it will not be honored. So that much of observance, not eating non-vegetarian food, and always, as far as possible, attending to the needs of the people in his own way. If somebody is suffering, going and talking to them and telling them, I will offer the prayers, this, that, and all. Don't worry, giving them strength, divine backing and all, telling them, singing some songs, bhajans, All these his duties he will be doing. And the others, still lower, who are scavengers, and there are no toilets as such. They do in a pit where some people have to carry, they belong to a different class. Those people cannot walk in the street anywhere. But they come from the behind every house and carry the wastages, human wastages. And everybody needs them, but nobody allows them or respects them. If they want to walk in front of the panchayat people or in the street where these people are there, they have to keep the slippers in his armpit, put the finger in their ears and walk. Otherwise they will be beaten to death. Like that it will be. They are afraid. If at all they have to go, they avoid. And these were practically where I stayed and lived. And that was the difference in caste. Extreme level, villages and all. But now it is slowly dissolving because of the television. TV has destroyed almost all these things except religious differences. The internal Hindu, within the Hindu caste systems are slowly disappearing. So here we see the Sharat and Sanyal, they have come there because knowing him to be a lower caste, they are afraid to take food. They immediately after that function is over, they have escaped. Without notice of anybody, they have gone away. Because of the fear of the society. They will be outcast. So that fear, will I lose my caste? But Sri Ramakrishna is to slowly, the main purpose of this avatar of Sri Ramakrishna is the all uniting. Where is the common platform? Where is the common platform? To find a common platform for all them, where all differences dissolve in spirituality and divinity. So, raise yourself to that level that your understanding is very clear that you are a human and aspiring for higher life. The eating, drinking, customs, traditions, all these are secondary. What is within you? Castes came later on. The life came first. The brahmachari's life, student life, then householder's life, then retired life, then life of renunciation. So these were the different grades of social living called ashramas, brahmacharya, garyahastya, vanaprastha, sannyasa. They were. So everyone, whatever denomination they belong to, they used to observe these things. And these people, the caste system being very strong, they have gone away, but Sri Ramakrishna wants them all to be. Become a devotee, you will dissolve the differences. Anytime, hold on to God in any form, anything, any way, aspire for realization. Then you are turning from normal life to devotional life to spiritual life, where all differences dissolve. They left, lest they should be pressed for by their host to take their meal there. Sharat and Sanyal had been coming to the master only for a short time and did not know how fond master was of others' house. How others' house means it is something like though he belonged to but he was a true devotee, so master longed to go there. The master used to say that the devotees formed a separate caste by themselves. Among them, there could be no caste distinction, very clearly. If you are a devotee, you will not find any difference. Because you belong to God, God belongs to all belongs to God. It is like somebody has adopted you. Adoption, suppose a low caste person, a non-Brahmin or a Shudra child is handed over to a Brahmin family, he adopts that child, then he moves with the Brahmins, all the sacraments meant for the Brahmin he undergoes because he is adopted child. Though he is born somewhere with this one, he is adopted by the Brahmin. All the sacraments, the 16 Shodasha Samskaras will be given to that child. And he becomes a Brahmin. Like that, you are adopted by God as if, and you belong to God, and no differences now. Other entertained the master and devotees with a feast. It was quite late in the evening when the devotees returned home. This is one of the important features. Even now, you can see in South India, almost all temples, major temples, there is food arrangement. Any devotee coming and wants to take food, the food is always ready. Some places like Dharmasthala, Hornad, all these places, Sringeri, thousands of people take food every day. Almost all temples have the arrangements for food. It is God's prasad. It is no more food, but prasad which sanctifies their mind, body, senses, intellect, all this. When it's offered to God, all the defects in that is removed. The faith works very strong. If you take even a poison as medicine or as nectar, it will not work as poison. Like that, mind strength, the faith will work deeply. And then not only work deeply because it's faith of a person, it's a part of the cosmic existence. Whatever touches Chaitanya, it becomes sanctified. Now, in Ganga, suppose, take for example the Ganga water. The Ganga is Ganga. Any water, dirty waters come and enter. And we see how it goes on going. So that here we see a new light coming into our life. That anything offered to God, anything God touches or Chaitanya touches, even a person, a holy person, a saint touches a thing, all the defects and impurities associated with is said to be dissolved. It becomes something like nectar. Because negativity cannot remain. Now, darkness cannot remain in the sun. Darkness means sunshine. Darkness remains behind the object that sun cannot see. Sun can no more see. Whatever touches the sun is lighted up. Now, that darkness cannot be there. Now, negativity cannot be there in an object which is touched by any kind of divinity in anywhere. It can be a saint, it can be a mantra, it can be that's why many times when we have to eat outside, we utter the mantra and sanctify the food. It can be anything, any way. A prasad offered thing, putting in that, or Ganga Jal. All these things are sanctifiers, which sanctify. So they'll be transformed. Other entertained the master and the devotees with the feast. It was quite late in the evening when devotees returned home. Cherishing in their hearts the image of the master, in the spiritual ecstasy, and remembering his words of great wisdom, they all are going back. The only thing in their mind and heart is Sri Ramakrishna, his love, his words, and Gita, Nritya, Vachana. These three they are carrying. Since Bankim had invited Sri Ramakrishna to visit his home, the master a few days later sent Girish and M to his Calcutta residence. At the same time, Bankim had a long discussion with these two devotees about the master. Before a king goes, all preparations will be there. When you talk to a saint, it is different. When you talk to these devotees of saint, it's clear, intimate picture will be given by these people, devotees. A better view. When a dignitary comes, or a politician comes, if you want to know the reality, you can talk to the people who come with him, or even a driver. Talk to the driver who is carrying him. You will see many new things from them. You'll be wondering, what is this? These two, at the time, now when it speaks to Girish and them, you will get the clear picture of the master. At that time, Bankim had long discussion with these two devotees about the master. He told them that he wanted to visit Sri Ramakrishna again, but his desire was not fulfilled. Here the chapter ends. Next chapter will be chapter 35 at the Star Theatre 2. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.